Hello. It is a snowy Monday in Toronto. Not revolutionary for January, but there was a massive snowfall last night. So I'm out and about, gonna assess what Toronto downtown looks like after a big snow dump. Most of the streets have been cleared out, not all of them, but we will see how the weather turns and what's going on. And hopefully, we'll have a nice little walk for you. So, let's get moving. Good morning, good morning. We talked the whole night through. Good morning, you. This was also an experiment because I didn't schedule today. I am wondering how that will play in terms of numbers. So, yeah, this is a bit of many things, but hopefully we get a nice little walk out of it, and we get to explore some of our favorite parts of the city. So I'm thinking primary focus on downtown. Primary focus. I'd like to get down to the Waterfront actually, because I haven't actually been down there in a while. But yeah, let's see where it goes. Good morning, Juanita, or afternoon, I should say. But great to see you. Hello, Mayan. Good to see you today. Welcome to this chilly day. I'm also going to try to take like a bunch of side streets and back streets that I don't often take and that are often overlooked when we do like major tours. Because like anytime I give a tour guide or like anytime I give a tour of downtown Toronto, we do tend to focus on specific areas like CN Tower, Bremner Way, Blue Jays Way. Like we'll go to Nathan Phillips Square. Like a lot of these places are absolutely ones we're going to check out on this little journey. But, you know, if I get a chance to kind of shine a spotlight on some places that maybe aren't as visited or known, I'd consider that a win too. So, hopefully everyone's 2026 is going well so far. I know today's the day where everyone's kind of back to work, so we will see what that does for us from here. Yeah, literally as soon as I was about to start, my microphone was giving me trouble. So, hopefully, it doesn't stay that way. But we shall see. The heavy, slippery slush is all over, and I did not wear my boots again. Because, you know, sometimes I forget to do that. That's fine. If I slip, it'll be good for views. Right? If anyone out there does have resolutions, hope you're sticking to them. And if not, there is no pressure to continue. You talking about slipping? You just started. Give it time, give it time. We'll see. Slipping is a state of mind more than anything, and also the effects of gravity on a slippery surface. It is brisk today. It's actually not too cold, which is nice. But it's a little silly to essentially go to the edge of the street just to come back. Oh, we're getting streetcar view. People heading on the car. Hi, Midge. Good to see you this morning, afternoon, whatever time it is where you are. Here it is about 1 o'clock, I think. 2 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock. Apparently I'm more sleepy than I think I am. FYI, I checked the 1 p.m. stream start got nixed, but did not see an update. I honestly didn't realize I had scheduled one for 1 p.m. I think that might have been a mistake for tomorrow, because I had initially planned to do one tomorrow, but tomorrow is now pushed to later so that me and Randy could do our walk together. We're going to explore the subway line, which is going to be fun. And yeah, it's a Randy walk, so Randy walks are usually the highlight of the week, and we haven't done one in almost a month now, so, you know. We get to catch up with an old friend. By the way, this is Oasis Aqua Lounge, a space where, you know, it is an adult-only pool bar club. So, for those who know, you know, but, you know. Wow, it sounds like it's popping already. Which subway? We're going to be doing line 6, so technically the problematic new one, only because it's apparently really slow, but we'll get to see where that goes from here and how that goes. Good afternoon from Lakeland, Florida. Good to see you, Kevin. Thanks for coming back today. Always nice to see old friends come by and stick around. See, these are scenes that I don't know if you'll find anywhere else. And just like beautiful snow, but also still very much middle of city. And also haphazard path. That's how you know it's truly Canadian. It's like, oh, they'll be fine. It's fine. People are fine. Yeah, I know everyone else was kind of on the subway, like, as soon as it opened. But I'm just like, let's give it some time. Let's let them warm up. Because, like, you know, performance anxiety is a thing. I don't want to have to justify my... Ugh. Anyways. I always think these side streets are interesting because they make the city more unique for sure. But like, I couldn't tell you very many people at Finch West. Are you planning on taking the line or walking? I assume each take the same amount of time. I mean, you're not wrong. There is a guy who apparently ran faster than the entire line, which I'm just like, that's brilliant. But Randy wants to do a mix of both. So we'll ride sometimes, and then we'll walk sometimes. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Bit of an unusual path down today, but I have this planned. I'm lying, I don't actually. But kind of. And kind of is a plan as well. But yeah, I can imagine that Florida might be a little bit nicer than here today. Also, to anyone listening who might be in or around the Orlando area, I'm jealous because some of you could potentially go see a bunch of really good shows for the Winter Mini Fringe Festival. And if I could be there, man, there's like 4 or 5 that I would absolutely die to see. So, yeah. Yeah, it's just slippery enough to be annoying, but not slippery enough to be dangerous, which I guess is a plus, but we'll see. There are a few people who I want to reach out to in the next couple days, just to see if I can get some more folks on here, but yeah, one thing I've kind of noticed is that I would really like to have more of my female friends come and join me for walks, because it's a little male-centric right now, which is also fine. But, you know, different points of view are always appreciated. Did you get your donut yet? If so, what flavor? Okay, every time I've gone into that stupid Loblaws, it has not had my specific donut that I like. So I have not yet treated myself to my donut that I am entitled to, which is now like 4 or 5 days overdue. But yeah, I'm currently at 8:20, which is good. I'm like equal parts impatient and like bordering on anxious. For those who don't know, I am working my way up to 1,000 subscribers, so I can hopefully turn this into more of a stable job type thing. And if you happen to be able to like or subscribe, subscriptions help a great deal. So if you're able, we appreciate it. Goodness gracious, that was a lot of slip. But yeah, the donuts I really like are the fluffy ones that have like the vanilla frosting with sprinkles on top. Because secretly I'm 12. And I think that's an important distinction to me. Well, as soon as you recognize the actual age that you are on the inside, just like, oh, well, that's... I can still enjoy childlike things without feeling guilt. There's a certain age where you just kind of realize that a lot of things that appeal to you as a kid will also appeal to you as an adult. Like Legos. Legos are great. Everyone likes Legos. I mean, at some point when you're an adult, there's a point where you go back and watch the shows that you enjoyed as a kid, and most of the time you realize just like, wow, some of these shows are actually still hold up really, really well. The one that I'm thinking of is like the first season of Digimon, actually kind of great. But maybe that's a controversial take, but still, I think it's important to note. The building is not very friendly to the streetscape. Well, especially that one. But that's that was the Sears building that they built. So it's the reverse pyramid. So the building actually kind of extends outwards a little bit more every floor. It's quite an interesting building. You can't really tell with all the scaffolding, but the other side, I've showcased that building off a few times. Wow, that's not a good sign. I've been walking for about 15 minutes. My shoes are already soaked. Just subscribed. Oh, thank you, Ray. First off, welcome to the family. It's an absolute delight and pleasure to join you, or to have you. And I hope that you enjoyed this enough to keep coming back. We try to facilitate a friendly atmosphere here. But yeah, if there is anyone here from Orlando, Florida, let me know, because I will tell you the shows you need to see. And it's like, if I can't be there, I need to know someone is. Did you do your grocery run after your stream the other day? I did. And yeah, my life is not exciting when I'm just like, you know what's great? Groceries. You know what I have to do tonight? Laundry. God, I hate that. I hate that some parts of adulthood just creep up on you, and you're just like, these are the highlights of your. This is what will stress you out until you do it. Mind you, here's my thing: is growing up from about grade 6 or 7, I was kind of responsible for my own laundry. My mom would do it occasionally when she was back, but she was mostly living in Kitchener. So what ended up happening is I learned how to do laundry, but never well. So I'd end up doing like a really big load and then quite literally going and like it would just fester in the washing machine for like 2 days because I would forget about it and then go back to the dryer and be like, oh, well, now all my clothes smell like mildew, but I guess that's fine. I guess that's just what it smells like. I wasn't very good at laundry. Now realizing a lot of these are ADHD stuff, but you know, things. Do you have your own laundry machines? We have laundry machines in the building, but they're absurdly expensive, especially considering like half of them at any given time are probably going to be broken. But I do think that's just the case with every Toronto apartment building. Yay, Arena Gardens. So this might not look like much now. It's just kind of like a little courtyard with a couple apartment buildings around it. But back in the day, this was actually where the Toronto Maple Leafs used to play. So this used to be like a little arena. And now it's just like a little parkette in the middle of cute little neighborhood. But yeah, this was where the Leafs played. Initially, of course. How much is absurdly expensive? Like $250 to $275 a load, and you have to do each load twice. So if I'm doing laundry, even if I'm just doing 2 loads or something, still come out to about $20. But yeah, that's just life these days. I guess it's not absurdly expensive, but it's still something that you look back on and you're just like, we're still like paying for the... Oh, cute little bumpers. Oh, he's excited. Can I pet your dog? He seems excited. Come here. Hello. Hi, buddy. It's the first time a dog stopped me. That's... Go have fun. Go have fun. Thank you. You too. Hello, Mo. Hope you're doing well today. I hope you caught the dog, because the dog is absolutely going to be my favorite part of it. It's the first time a dog stopped me. If you hadn't missed that snow event a couple weeks ago, maybe you'd have reached 1,000 subs by now. I mean, to be fair, it's possible. I can't subject to, or what's the right word? I can't speak to opportunities that I wasn't here for, but if I had been, I would have absolutely loved to. Then again, I enjoy being warm too, so. But hey, I know it's building, I know it's growing, I know I have to be patient. I just have to be patient and trust the process. But that's my issue, is I never trust the process. I always want to, and I never actually do. Quest what it needs snowing all day. I wish to send pic. Yeah. To be fair, it's actually like, it's been snowing all morning and literally just stopped maybe like a half hour to an hour ago. But yeah, it's been pretty snowy all day for sure. Corgis have a mind of their own. That dog was so cute. Oh. My friend had a corgi that used to be friends with Raina, and actually was probably Raina's only puppy friend. But his name was Knuckles, and he was so sweet and cute, and we love Knuckles. Rolling snow comes in way. It's just funny because a lot of these buildings actually have like the older exteriors with the massive newer backs. But there is something kind of distinct and unique about that, I think. Like a way to kind of try to preserve what's older, or at least the feel of what's older, while still combining with new and interesting. Options, lots of options. Here's a question. There's Christmas songs and like Halloween songs, but are there any like January songs that aren't specifically related to New Year's Eve? How was weekend? The weekend was good actually, Mo. It was quite low key. On Saturday we had a bunch of friends over and we watched both Wicked movies, and one of my friends came by and they were a little tipsy, but you know, that happens. It actually made the evening quite amusing. But me and Lucas got to spend time together after years of not being able to see each other. And so that was really nice because I knew he would be a good guest because he's very smart and he's very strong-willed and has a very clear focus about animal protection and animal advocacy. So I knew that he would be an excellent choice. And so, yeah, Valentine songs. Isn't just every song a Valentine song, though? Technically, anything that even says love at any point could theoretically be a Valentine's Day song. I've seen 0 Wicked movies. That's fair. I will say, I grew up with Wicked. It was my favorite musical when I was in high school. And so, like, literally for my entire life, it's pretty much been, like, one of my most defining musical groundings. And I have a deep connection with it. And I think the movie actually did an amazing job with it, so... You know, Graveyard, my father's in St. James Graveyard, 1980. Oh wow, I didn't know that. I did my little walk of that yesterday with Mickey Tour, or Patrick as he's known in real life. But yeah, we got to have that really interesting, knowledgeable point where it's just like, oh look, here's Gooderham and here's Warts. I'm just like, wow, they're literally buried like right beside each other. That's really kind of cool. Kind of wonder how those two families knew each other back in the day, but it seems like they did okay. Oh, look at all the pigeons up here. We're in a mild Alfred Hitchcock The Birds. It's like a couple of the birds. Oh, there's more over there. Wow, this is like Pigeon Corner. I wonder if they feel pigeonholed. Caretaker work for all school head to take care of TOURonno school board. Oh, that's super cool. Yeah, you know, I can go to this. No, I know it's coming up. I'm going to stick on this side. But this is down Queen. Hello, Harjot. Good to see you today. You'll need to let me know what days you're around so we can actually go for a walk together sometime. Well, I mean Caledon's a little bit. Any reason you focused on the blank gray brick wall? That would be because my gimbal stabilization geeked out for a second, so that wasn't supposed to happen. But I got it back in time. Maybe. Sort of. He had all keys downtown to TOURonno School. That's really cool, actually. I wonder how many schools there were back then. Actually, never really noticed that building before. It's like almost very, it's almost very Venetian in its own way. I don't know if that's actually Venetian, but that style of building. $10 help with hotter food. Hey, you know what? Right now, every dollar helps in a massive, massive way. So, I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Especially today, man. Like, I've 2026 is already turning into like a bit of a crazy year, because I've had multiple friends announce separations, a couple friends announce divorces. I have at least 5 friends who have lost their job in the past 2 weeks over Christmas. Oh, yeah. So a lot of people are coming into 2026 being like, "What the hell? What do we do?" I think those buildings were supposed to look like Paris. That would make sense. That absolutely makes sense. Either way, a great European flair to them. You know, we've done this road before, but we haven't gone over here yet. Maybe there's something interesting here. It is kind of funny to see how the different streets react to the snow, because even though we got like that massive snowfall, some places have a lot of it, some places don't have any of it, but you can certainly tell the areas that maybe have a little bit more density. Oh, this is a neat little courtyard for the Holiday Inn Express. Our apartments are soft lofts. Yeah, that makes sense. I have realized that there is way too much in Toronto to ever actually know where everything is. But like, I'm getting closer to downtown. Downtown, I have a pretty good idea of where most things are at this point. But it's still nice to just be constantly surprised by all the things that you have access to that you just have no idea. Hey, Medano. Good to see you today, my friend. Hey, First Last. Good to see you, my friend. The whole gang's here. This is lovely. Thank you for joining me today, everybody. The Muriel Collins Cooperative. I'm going to say likely built in the 70s or 60s based off the architecture, but I wonder what its story is. So I am trying something with the microphone today, where it might be letting in a little bit more ambient noise. If it's distracting or anything, let me know and I can figure it out. But worst case scenario, I can always just unplug that part. But we shall see. How is the celebratory donut? Okay, every time I have tried to get it so far, I have not been able to. So I have to actually literally go do that tonight. So I will have my celebration donut today. But if I ate, here's my thing. I'm just like, if I hold off a day and I can really push tonight and tomorrow somehow, maybe I can hit 850 and then I can have 2 donuts. 2 donuts. That's just me being selfish. So, city seems relatively quiet. The fresh snow may help muffle sounds. It does. Like when there is a layer of snow around, we'll also let people drive when it's snowy out or wet outside. Because if you don't have to, why take the risk? So yeah. I will say if I happen to get to 850 by the end of this stream, I will absolutely get 2 donuts. And I will be very happy. It's like twice the joy in one. 825. Wow, I'm only 25 away. That's great. Hello, Brad. Good to see you, my friend. Hopefully North Bay's just as chill as it ever is. I have reached out to Eddie to see if he wants to potentially do a walk later this week. I do have a plan to do at least 1 walk on Thursday. I might do 2 because I have my friend Sid and I've never technically explored Liberty Village yet. So I was thinking I might do like an easy walk during the afternoon, go to Liberty Village, work for an hour or 2 in a coffee shop, have a coffee, and then connect with Sid and then do a lovely walk of that area because there's some interesting stuff over there. Nice warm day here, -5 and 3 centimeters of snow so far. I mean, that's pretty lovely in its own way. That's very lovely for North Bay in January, I can tell you that much. Man, that is a place where climate change will mostly just make everything colder and more snowy. That's my theory, at least. Why does this remind me of like Dr. Seuss? Like I would expect this thing to be called a snoozle or something. And what's the what tuffet? I will say one thing that gets underrated about Dr. Seuss books, A, the man was actually a horrible person based off of what you read about. You're just like, oh no, that's awful. But it is really hard to write nonsense words that sound good together. But what coffee shop do you like these days? Oh, that's a good question. My favorite coffee shop in the city is up in the village. It's called Cafe Our Hours. And Cafe Our Hours is wonderful. Steve, the owner, super great, super nice guy. He knows me when I come in. He's just like, latte, iced latte, and just like with almond milk or with oat milk, please. He's like, here you go. And if you're going there for like an Americano or something, it's actually quite reasonably priced. Some of his stuff is quite elaborate, but you know, those ones aren't quite so crazy. But it's nice. Other coffee shops in the city I do like Sliding Door, actually. First Last Coffee Shop up on DuPont. That's a good one. Yeah. In terms of like downtown coffee shops, I'm gonna have to think about that one because I don't know if I have any downtown coffee shops that I get excited for. Ever since I found out that Starbucks did pretty decent pretty decent cold brews, that's probably been like my easy go-to coffee. But even Tim Hortons doesn't do terrible cold brew, which surprised no one more than me. Did you just say First and Last Coffee Shop? I did. Yes, they're up on DuPont. I mean, you know what? I could just walk up there. Maybe I'll do that Wednesday. I'll do a trip over to First Last Coffee Shop. But, because I just realized just like, I could walk up there. It'd just be what, like 2 hours? I was just like, did the math in my head and just like, yeah, I guess so. But if anyone does know any good coffee shop places downtown, I'd love the suggestions. Oh, this place looks cute. I'm gonna hop over and say, check out this little mural over here. I'm gonna assume. Well, don't do that. Sharon's really nice. She's the owner there. She's been running that place for a couple years now. And Yeah, big fan of hers. She's a super nice person. Oh, it's piano. That makes a lot of sense. Can you stream in the farmer's market? I assume so. Is there a farmer's market going on right now? Because if so, I'll just hop down and check it out. Told me and about everything I want is a feeling. I assume you can stream in a farmer's market. You probably just can't stream in like an Amish market, because that would be weird. Although I do know that there's two types of Amish people now, because there's the ones that have technology at home and then just don't bring it into the church, and then there's the ones that just have no technology at all. So yeah, St. Lawrence Farmers Market. I mean, I've gone in there a few times with it and I've never been yelled at or anything, so that could potentially be a positive. Cold, slippery cold. There we go. I mean, it's a permanent market. It's true, yeah. I mean, I have gone, like, St. Lawrence is beautiful. That is like definition murder alley. I just want to point that out. So if you're looking for that, I don't know why you would, but that's where it is. The great thing about filming is that you could probably film how the Amish make their products, and they would agree to that. That would actually be cool. Lesbian Space Princess. Aw, that was such a cute little movie. I'll probably never see it again, but it was cute. I'm glad we got to see it. We actually got free tickets because my trivia team is so smart. We're in Berksey Fountain. New St. Lawrence Market, other YouTube streamers have found in there no problem at all. Maybe I'll check it out. I didn't know that I remember last time I was around the area, it wasn't even open yet, so I wasn't sure if that was something I could actually do. All right, here's the question. Which is the bestest boy? Which is the bestest boy? I have to go with the one that looks like my old dog. So back in the day, we had a golden retriever. His name was Murphy, and he was adorable. He was one of the gooder dogs. So it's only fair. Boop. There we did. We did the boop of the day. But also I feel bad for this one because it's got snow on its eyes. Let's help out the. You know what? Why not? Boop. What are the prizes like at our trivia night? So the trivia is called Are You Smarter Than a Scottish Guy? And it's done at Pegasus every Thursday. And our team is actually really good. We have a really good balance between the things that we all know. So, you also had a golden retriever? Aw. I wonder if they were cousins. Because anything is possible. But the prizes at the trivia night, it's smart because he gives you a $50 gift certificate to come back the next week if you win. And then the second place is usually like a round of drinks for the table. It's free trivia, so it's not like amazing or anything, but Simon's really great. I should ask Simon to be on this sometimes. I'm sure he'd like that. But he's super busy, so I don't know if he'd ever have time for it. But yeah, you never know, maybe. Actually, I could invite Aaron Brown to one too, but he's a new dad, so I couldn't tell you if that would be a good plan or not. Just like, instead of taking care of your child, you want to come with me for a walk around the city where we talk about nonsense? And it's like, I can understand the hesitation on that one. I can totally make this. Just to kind of show off a little bit. There you go. There's our structure of choice. Bring the kid with. I don't know how kids would handle like 2-hour walks, but mind you, it's still pretty much a bean technically. But we'll see. He was the one who fired me because I tried to get my shift covered. That's an interesting story. There was a part of me that was debating on being like, do I put a posting up on my Facebook being like, you know what? I am open to getting a job. But just so everyone knows, I'm a terrible employee. And right now I am very angry. So if that sounds like a good combination for you as an individual under you, I'm going to be honest about my shortcomings and start with them. But I'm not really that angry. I'm actually a pretty good employee, but you have to give me stuff to do. Otherwise, I will resist. Things you discover about yourself years later, right? It's like, I was actually a pretty good employee. I was just super bored. I did have a friend who advised me that I should potentially apply to the old spaghetti factory, because apparently they're always looking for people. And it's like, maybe. I feel like if I went back into serving and I had this mustache, I would probably do very, very well. It's a shame I have no personality. You should watch the Seinfeld episode of George doing everything the opposite ends with him getting employment. That does sound like something I would enjoy. I just like, at some point you realize just like, maybe I'll just embrace the chaos. Maybe I shall just become the chaos. But yeah. One thing about serving is that when you have had years of serving behind you and you go to a place where people are not great servers, it triggers something primal in you where you're just like, I've been in your position, I know what you're going through, but I still want to flip over this table. I guess I'm going to Distillery. I don't think the holiday market's still on. It might have just ended, so I'm wondering if it's got anything still up. Why do you take it out on the table? Because the table knew better. It knows what it did. Nah, you're right. I shouldn't take it out on unsuspecting tables. But you want to. Sometimes you want to so bad. But also maybe it's because I did run a table flippery professionally for a summer. That was fun. I would do that again, actually. I feel like there's enough rage in the world today that people would probably pay to flip something over. Distillery market end of yesterday. Oh, okay. Oh, they beat me to it then. Well, here's the thing. Distillery District after a snowfall on a January, still gonna be beautiful. I was so appreciative when me and Randy did the walkthrough of Distillery District because he is just, Randy is just brilliant. Like, no two ways about it. He has such intelligence about him, and he makes the storytelling so easy and so flawless that I feel like because I've done his, like, because I've had him for my walks, I've become a better tour guide. Because I've now, like, adopted so many of his narratives and his historical knowledge into my walks, and being like, this is where we can do here, this is what happens here, this is... And yeah, it's interesting to kind of thread the stories of Toronto together, like you're sewing together a tapestry, if you will. But the funny thing is, he's also said it's just like he's learned a lot from me, and together we've actually like fed into each other and been like, this is just an interesting way to go with things. So let me go down there. People love historians. I mean, after, like, when you're outside of history class, history is fascinating. When you have to learn history, history becomes boring. Because, I don't know, growing up, you just kind of, you know things happened before you, but it's really hard to care. At least it was for me. But now, like, when you set up history as a story that just kind of unfolds, that's exciting, you know? There's like, oh, we're here because of this. And, like, this never stopped. All of these policies that were implemented years and years ago, they've shifted and adjusted, and we've done more, and we've taken things away, and we've added, and we've subtracted, and we've created new places, and like, we all come from something. But the further up we go, the less we realize about, like, what's underneath us. You even think about Canada. Like, we are a multitude society, and we have built ourselves up atop like a pyramid of everything below us is how we've got to where we are today. But if you ask me what's at the bottom of the pyramid, I couldn't tell you, because we're so far removed from that, the timeline. But we can only exist today because we're standing upon firm structures. So, mind you, I would love to live in a time, maybe like, if the planet's still here, maybe like 50 years from now will be utopia, you know? Maybe that will be where people finally, maybe that will be when history finally works out for everybody. Will that happen? No, because no matter how much good you throw out there, there's always going to be some crap. But, you know, we're fine. We're figuring it out. Drunken History on Comedy Network. People do like history. Fair. Oh my gosh. That just gave me an idea. We're just like, what if me and Randy just got plastered and then just like tried to do a tour? Oh, that would be bad. But it would be funny. I should not condone intoxication on my channel. I'm just going to go out and say that. I'm not that much of a partier, I swear. But. So it turns out that when I actually did my tour with Lucas, both his parents were watching the entire time. And I was just like, exactly how much drama should I bring up? And he was just like, none. I was like, that's fine, we can do that. But yeah, me and Lucas have a fun history because we both dated he dated the person I married before I married him, obviously. And yeah, we compared notes and we're just like, oh, that's interesting. I saw a video of pop culture stuff from the 1990s. It seemed like peak civilization according to the video. I mean, everyone will always talk about like the recent past as like the ultimate. Because I just think back to like early 2000s. But even that was a hard period of time because like that's when everything shifted towards like, well, 9/11 happened. And as soon as 9/11 happened, everything else just kept going. So just like maybe 1990s was it. Maybe that was the point where it's just like, I would love to have the world be boring for a while. You know? No wars, just people working on their shit. is being like, you know what's great? Figuring out what's making us so angry. The answer is always money. But like, yeah, wouldn't it be great if we could just help each other survive? That would be great. Maybe that's controversial, but I'm pro-human survival. Randy, don't think we're drunk on icy roads. You know what? That's fair. That's very fair. I don't think Randy wants to be. Maybe I'll make like a history of Toronto and then try to do like a summary of the history of Toronto when it's a little tipsy. I do like this little area of the Esplanade. It's very hidden. It's not an area that people come to often, but it's nice. It's got just like a nice low-key neighborhood vibe. It's just kind of a sweet little area. Oh, we're almost an hour in, so I'll do the... Hello, everybody. My name is Matti. I'm a tour guide in Toronto. If you or someone you know is coming to Toronto in the near future, please consider giving them a tour. You can find me and book me and my services through the link in the description below. I am available on VIATOR and TRIPADVISor. I hope you can come out and join us one day. In addition to that, if you're just here for the channel, one of the ways you can help us out is by liking the video. Liking the video allows YouTube to recommend it to other people. And the biggest help you could possibly do is subscribing. Subscribing allows us to inch closer to our goal of 1,000 subscribers. Once we hit that, we'll be able to actually potentially make a living off of this. So if you're able to help out and feel comfortable sharing or subscribing yourself, every little bit helps, and we appreciate it very much. Now back to the walk. I feel like I'm getting good at that. I need to figure out what my sting is properly. Maybe I'll have like a little song that I sing every time, but then it would just get stuck in my head, and then I would just drive myself nuts. But I'm here for the channel, but I'm still a supporter of the tour thing. I appreciate you, buddy. It's good to see you, Tony. But yeah, my whole thing is I'm just like, the tour was something that I did 2 summers ago, and it did very well for itself. It was good. I had a way to do it. Doing it all through yourself is a little trickier, but I do have some ideas that I need to actually sit down and like crunch some numbers, make some phone calls, put some plans together. I have about like, for every hour I do of walking, I have about 2 hours of work that I need to start doing more of. But yeah, it's good. But I'm just like, this is my career now. I need to make a living. I have a family to support. Yeah. Have you looked into Airbnb? They're offering non-accommodation stuff like tours. I am also on Airbnb. I've just been approved, so I need to set up what my tour is with them specifically as well. So yeah, I will have that up and listed very soon. All right. Did you look at the trees? So the distillery looks like it's still got a lot of the little market containers up at least. But let's pop over and see what's there. What park are you walking through? Well, that's a good question. I don't actually know what the technical name of this park is. I know I've just kind of known it as like the Esplanade Field. But let's see. So if we're in Distillery District here, that would be the Parliament Square Park and the David Crombie Park. So this is the square. This is Parliament Square, and then beyond that, with all of the elaborate murals, that would be the David Crombie Park. And there's Princess Street Park, which, I mean, if Princess comes on, we're going to have to show it to her. Now let's go down and explore. Man.
Did you ever do culinary or?
No. I don't know who drew that, but I'm actually kind of digging it. It's like if Salad Fingers did The Girl with the Pearly Ring. Now we're in Distillery. So Winter Village is over, apparently. But Distillery is always here, full of history. There's Go Tours Canada, which I suppose is my rival. It's a shame, really. Art Gallery. I don't know. There's so many things that I thought I would be at this point. And I'm just like, I tell people, I'm just like, I don't really think of myself as an artist anymore. But I clearly still am, and I very much have the capacity to do that. It's just hard to feel that way when you're not able to produce stuff, you know? Wonder why I wouldn't keep that open, right? I guess it's because technically the Christmas season is over. Everyone's back to work. There's certainly not the same amount of crowds that have been here the entire time. But I don't know. Couldn't tell you, actually, sadly. But Distillery District's always lovely. This was where I did the Fringe Festival last year. Oh, Toronto Fringe. You know, I applied for a position with them afterwards, and I never even got an interview. And I'm just like, I literally scrubbed toilets for you guys, and you wouldn't even give me the benefit of an interview. Come on. That I wasn't happy with. But I really need to stop spreading this. I really need to stop spilling the tea all the time. But if you don't spill the tea, how will people know? Is it only but some of the decor can stay up all year round? Yeah, all the Christmas stuff obviously won't be here in like a month or two, like in a week or two for sure. Well, but like buildings are all still here. I guess Stranger Things. Did anyone watch the last Stranger Things season? Because I did not. Haven't seen a single episode of it, nor have I heard anything about it, but I'm sure it must have done well, right? It's Stranger Things. People apparently like that. But did you paint traditionally on canvas? I only knew about your painting on bodies. I did. I've done canvas painting. I have done... body painting is what I was most known for, but I do canvas painting as well. And again, I just have a bunch of canvas at my house. I also have a bunch of like the glitter bomb books that never sold. So at some point I'm going to need to actually figure out how to distribute those effectively. But we shall see. Season 1 still. Season 1 was great. Season 1 Stranger Things I think is probably one of the best seasons of television. It could have just stayed like a perfect 3-season thing. They didn't. There was one season that was just like all about the mall. I don't know. But Also, hi Sam. Good to see you today, my friend. What is YouTube doing to the notifications? It's because I didn't schedule this one. But apparently I did have one scheduled today for 1, and I just didn't know. So, I'm not the smartest today, it seems. And to be fair, if I felt extra ambitious, I could always head down to Bogasta Park. It is right here. Do I want to go that far? I don't know. I think it might be better just to hook around the waterfront. Glitter bomb books. I pictured you opening the book and bomb. You were covered in glitter. To be fair, that is something I would do, but I'm not quite that evil. Make tiny fairy doors at the bottom of trees dotted around the city. That'd be cute. I don't have any wood though. Have to do it in like canvas and then figure out a way to make them go through. But I do love how Randy pointed these out to me last time we were here. But it's all the depictions of the Distillery District fire. I was just like, oh. It's something that I had been here many times before and just had never noticed. Oh. Well, here's my one thing I will say to people. If you are here, you are already helping and contributing more to changing my life in ways that you'll never be able to fully understand. And for that, you have my sincere and deepest gratitude. So thanks for being here. Oh my god, they're playing Melanie C. Haven't heard Melanie C solo stuff in forever. It's been like a month. Oh, that does look like a really good hot dog, I'm not gonna lie. Do we like hot dogs here? Apparently as a kid I loved hot dogs, and I hear that I'm just like, no. Hamburgers. Hamburgers. Thumbs up the stream, y'all. Thanks, first, last. It's funny because some people are just like, do I need to do it every time? I'm just like, you don't need to do it once, but every time you do it, it's an incredible help. I never want to tell someone just like, you have to do this. There are people I know who tune in every day who aren't subscribed. And just like, that's fine. I'm not going to force you to do something you're not comfortable with. But like, if you are able to do something, it helps out. So if you're just here, we appreciate having you. And if you're subscribed, we appreciate that too. I'm liking veggie dogs recently. I've never tried a veggie dog. Ooh. I think I need to try a veggie dog at some point. I don't know why I said that like Scooby-Doo, but I guess it just kind of fits in, you know, yeah, you know what it. You know what? Last time I came this way, I literally got snowed out, so I haven't got to explore this area yet. So let's see if I can do that now. I can cross here, no one's coming. I can cross here, no one's coming. It's very slippery, I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna cross in front of this train. And I'm not gonna die. This was the area that Randy took me to that I didn't realize was such an area. But I didn't get to explore the park last time because when I got over here, it started snowing so bad. It literally like froze my mustache and like crazy, crazy blizzard. Was that my birthday? That may actually have been my birthday. But yeah, that was a crazy day. I haven't been over here in a while, and I still haven't got to explore the full park yet. So that's what we're gonna do. Can't even remember when I ate a hot dog last. Nice day, says Anna Lopper. Yes, it is. It's quite temperate today, which is very nice. And this area of TOURonno is quite lovely. All of this is like newly built area too, which is really cool. And if I come up here, oh man, I actually never noticed the bricks here before. What a distinct pattern. I actually really like that. I don't even know what that would be. Like almost Grecian, I guess. 833 subs. Wow, that's... You know what? I was only going to do a 2-hour walk today. But if I know that this could be like a sub drive day, I might actually just push and be like, you know what? If I can get 850 today, let's do it. Let's do it. I will keep going. I will keep pushing myself. I'll do it. We'll do it. Let's do it today. I feel encouraged to try something dangerous and new, which is why I'm just like, you know what? Let's have a good... Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. I can keep walking. I can keep talking. I can make this happen. I don't know how, because all I can do is walk and talk at this point. But if I make it amusing enough, maybe it'll happen. Oh, I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Mayan, thank you, Mayan. Oh, God, I want both those. See, now that I've said it, I'm just like, I want both those donuts. I want today to be the 2 donut day. But I can't do anything about it. So I just have to walk and talk and then hope I can get 2 donuts. See, here's the problem. If I end up getting if there's ever a day where I do something stupid and it goes viral and I get 1,000 subscriptions in a day, does that mean that I have to eat 10 donuts? I mean, I'll do it. No, that's 20. That would be 20 donuts. I mean, that'd be a very different kind of video. But man, good goals to shoot for. Please no one buy me 1,000 subscribers right away. I don't want to have to eat 50 donuts in a day. That's a good question. What is the maximum number of donuts someone can eat in a single serving? Or in a single sitting? My limit has been 3. But I also don't have a huge appetite, so... Yes, that is a good question, Stephen. Sam, do you have central heat? Because to my knowledge, I am also under the same impression that most places in the UK do not have a lot of heat. So... Or do not have central heat, which makes heat waves and cold snaps so hard. Perhaps bake the donut the size of a life ring. Ooh, that would be cool. I will say, I did like this piece when I came by here at night the other day, because when I did that walk, it was all lit up and cast really interesting shadows all over. So, yeah. Also, I've heard that a lot of streamers right now are taking breaks, because Sapand announced that he's taking a little break for a while. I think Johnny's reducing down. Yeah, I was talking to Eddie about it briefly. Actually, he messaged me back and I didn't actually see what he said in response. But yeah, I'm just I'll pick up the slack. I'll subject myself to torture. My other question is it really a donut if it's baked? I thought donuts had to be fried, because they fry one side and then they flip it over and they fry the other side. I feel like that's what makes the donut experience happen. Sapan won't stream till 31st. To be fair, I totally understand taking a break during the winter months, because oh my God, it's not the best time to be doing this. Literally, the entire time I've been walking around, within 5 minutes, I'm just my shoes are soaked. And it's well, we're going to keep walking, because I can't turn back now. The big Krispy Kremes used to give you a free donut, and if you hung around, you got another free donut. So it's pretty easy to make 2 at a time. Some countries deep fry full pizzas. I believe that entirely. And I'm not going to lie, that actually sounds kind of great. I would absolutely eat a deep fried pizza. And now I kind of want to try it. You know? Deep fried pizza sounds delicious. I want to see if I can get it, like... Sapanda's a marathon streamer. Hey, if this is what I need to do, I'm gonna keep going and hope that I have to thread the line between just the right amount of annoying and being like, tell your friends, please like my streams, and like just enough of being like, thread that line and not making it obnoxious where I'm just like every other second it's just like, please like me. I prefer a baked calzone. Oh, that would be delicious. I love calzones. I haven't had a calzone in years. As we walk down Lapin Avenue, named after his grandmother, and named after... Oh, that's so cool. Some countries meaning USA. USA will deep fry anything. Oh. So this sculpture here is super weird, and I kind of live for it. But according to Randy, these are a bunch of reliefs that were made by essentially pressings of other sculptures around the city, and then they all were essentially cast in bronze and then assembled into these like random shapes and forms to mimic some kind of like forest. But yeah, I couldn't tell you which section belonged to what sculpture or where in the city it comes from. But I just think it's such an interesting idea for a sculpture. Let's take something super old and let's just create something vibrant and new and a little weird and crazy and like, don't get me wrong, a little freaky for sure. But I just think it's so interesting. Like, what a cool idea for a sculpture. Literally taking something old and then remixing it into this thing that's just, it doesn't make sense, but it does. Like, the more you look at it, the less it works. But the more you kind of just let it be its own thing, it's fascinating to see how it all fits together. It's just really cool. I really like that sculpture. I think it's very different, very interesting. Actually, all the sculptures on the street. Because the streetlights one's really cool. That one there with the 3 river spirits, I think that's really cool. I'll come get that on the way back, I think. There's an art image online of Trump stuff. Oh, I don't want to talk about Trump today. Have you heard of the Calgary art installation, The Blue Ring? I have. And I'm not going to lie, when I was in Calgary, I was disappointed that I couldn't go see it. Because I wanted to see if it was actually as bad as everyone said it was. But yeah, the Blue Ring is apparently this giant blue ring sculpture with like 2 street lamps on top. And that's it. It's terrible. We're still talking about it. I'm just like, it can absolutely be terrible, but it could still be like, I don't know, we're still talking about it. Oh. It's a lamppost and it's in a weird area. It cost $500,000. I'm just like, I don't know where that budget, I don't know what did they make it with? Diamonds? Like that part breaks my brain a little bit. And just like, how is this $500,000? But at the same time, it's so bad. You could have like a bad sculpture tour and like have that on there. I will say, I can't speak to whether or not it's good or bad, but I will absolutely state for the record, it is divisive. And it is easily the most hated sculpture, possibly in the world. Well, the artist got paid, not the materials. I mean, fair enough. Is that what I need to do? Is I need to start making terrible art sculptures, then sell them to buildings and be like, this is a McLean original. That's one thing I'm glad. When I got married, I didn't change my name. I think it's because my ex knew that he didn't want to stay with me forever. And to be fair, it was a wise choice. Oh, do you know how much nicer this park is when you're not being snowed out of everything? Crazy. Last time I was here, this is kind of where the blizzard kicked in. And my God, that was a venture and a journey. Did you reach out to Naughty Nana? I have not yet. I will tonight though. Because tonight I have to spend a couple hours literally just going over everything and being... I want to reach out to her. I want to reach out to Poser. I want to reach out to Uber and see if they would be up for doing like a walk around just talking about their art and like what street art means to them, and then see if I can possibly get like other Toronto street artists. Like the person who does all the spirals, I would love to meet with them because I'm just like, I see your work literally everywhere. And the more I kind of look for it, the more I find it, and I love that. But what a nice little park here. But Naughty Nana seems like a hoot. I just like absolutely would love to have her and just have some good times. Meet new people. Get a wide variety of subject matters. I'd also like to I know someone from years ago named Sammy Barber who's also like a YouTuber, and she's here off and on, but I'd like to see if I can catch her to go for a walk when she's back. I just think it'd be interesting to get her perspective as someone who's been doing YouTube for a long, long time, and just see how it's changed while she's been doing it. I don't know if she's a walker though, so we'll see. And like there's one person I know who's like a part of the church scene, and I'd love to like get his opinion on like what the Toronto church is doing these days or what's happening with the Toronto churches, because that's a world I'm not connected with and don't really have any insight into, but I'd be curious to know what that looks like. You know. Do you know how easy it would be to start a cult? I feel like it'd be super easy to start a cult. Maybe that's what we're doing now. Maybe we're a cult. Just gonna let that thought hang in the air because I don't think I have a follow-up to it. Holding on the rail. This is the part up here that I'm really like. I think this is so pretty. So if I go over here, I think it's just the stairs down. And this... Yeah, last time I was here, you couldn't appreciate any of this. But in the summer, this is all going to be like a pond, right? So, be able to go down and feed the beavers or whatever it is they're going to do down here. I will say also on the agenda for soon is to go and do High Park. I also have a friend who wants to do Scarborough and do the Bluffs, which I'm very excited for. Yeah. You off-roading now? I don't think so. I just wanted to check out more of this park because it's quite lovely. And just this little area of peace outside. Hi, baby Grinch. Good to see you, buddy. There's like a little pond down here. You can't really tell because it's all frozen over. But Toronto has too many spirits in Cabbage Town for me. Here. I mean, I do think... well, what's it they say? Toronto's one of the most haunted cities in the world? Is it actually? Probably. Definitely not. But Toronto will say anything to get people to come here. And on that note, when you do, you should book a tour with me. No, but seriously, you should book a tour with me. Just looking at new places. I am curious. Has my count gone up? Am I closer to a 2 donut day yet? If I have. If it is. No, I shouldn't know. I shouldn't know. I'll let it be a surprise. Paris is built upon catacombs, millions of skeletons. Oh, yeah. I would love to go explore the catacombs. You kidding? Like, absolutely, like, super creepy, but just really cool. I was raised for 6 years of my life. Oh, that's lovely. I wonder if, like, how much of Toronto do you recognize from that time? Because the whole city has radically changed. Even in the time I've been here, like, none of this existed when I moved here. And that's only been, what, like 15 years ago? Like, it's kind of crazy to think about. Time is weird. That's my end of statement. Mexico City is built on top of catacombs too. Huh. I prefer Toronto 1999. Oh, there's Gibson House. Oh, Gibson Hotel. That's an interesting hotel, actually. It's born in 1957. Wow, so yeah. Toronto would have had, like, radical changes since then. Because that's, like, also peak Toronto industrialization as well. All of this would have been nothing, really. And now it's parks, but also parks that are actually, like, considering wetlands and, like, how important they are for the environment around here. Oh, that's a great question. What is your favorite decade? Mo, it's so sweet that... Thank you for coming back here and just being such a lovely presence every time you are. Alright, we're gonna go this way. Don't know why I'm singing weird. Died in Riverdale Hospital from TB. Wow. So not that decade, for sure. Scratch that decade. That decade sucks. We hate that decade. Oh, pretty dog. So here's like a mini sledding hill. It doesn't look like anyone's actually sled on it yet. But we are closer to 2050 than 2000. That is true. That is quite the curve of the bridge. I think it's really cool. Like, I love that. You can see where all of this is going to, like, freeze and be just wetland. And that's, like, simply for the impact that will have on, like, the environment, but also making it easier so, like, a lot of these buildings aren't going to flood, and making it so a lot of these places are going to be, yeah. I think it's interesting, and I'm actually excited to see how it thaws out in summer. Oh, wow, so she died a few days. I'm sorry to hear that. But... Oh. 1997 to 2004 was my favorite years because we had technology, but it wasn't consuming too much of our time. Yeah, there was something kind of nice about the era of the CD Walkman, or the Discman, I should say. But we still, like, I would extend that to maybe 2008. Because around 2008, I think, was kind of where things switched. Which I think is kind of where iPhone was starting to take over. Because iPhone came out, what, 2005 or 6? Trying to load images on dial-up internet. iPhone 1 late 2007. Okay, that makes sense. I remember my friend who I went to school with, Jen Carroll. I remember there was a day where we were in class and we're just talking about the iPhone and how revolutionary it will be. I just remember thinking at the time, being like, there's no way it's going to be that revolutionary. Like, it'll be cool, but it's not going to like blow everyone's pants. No, it was revolutionary. It absolutely changed the world in every way forever. But yeah. And it's funny enough, specifically iPhone was the thing that did it. I might not like Apple now, but you can't deny back in the day, that was the choice that you wanted to have. Maybe sooner DSL. Man, that was, I'm not gonna lie, DSL for me was a game changer. I went from downloading, I went from the air, I would never download music, but if I supposedly, hypothetically used to download music on a second phone line in my parents' basement on the family computer, you can absolutely bet it would have done on Napster, and you would have to download like 10 songs overnight and then burn them to a CD so you could listen to it on the way to school. But not that I ever did that, of course. BlackBerry thought they were going to be the big man on campus. BlackBerry? Like, what a, like, absolutely the starters. Very important place in the history of mobile phones. But, yes. I don't think anyone predicted that they would crash that hard. Apparently there's a movie about them. I'd actually like to look that up. I think it'd be really cool. Looks like they're doing construction in this park, but I just like to point out as much of the art as I could. I love how these under arches are just absolutely full of cool things. And you can see all the different artists. Looks like they're doing construction on it now, but me and Randy did get to come and explore this before they shut it off. I pirated the F out of music. We would never do something so... you would never steal a car. What were the other ones? Oh, that stupid ad that everyone hated that just made more people download music. You'd never steal a car. You'd never... Crap. That would be a great trivia question. It's just like, what's the last thing in this category? And you just have like the 3 lines, and then see who can get the final one, which is just like, so don't steal movies. And meanwhile, what that commercial did was just tell everyone, it's just like, oh, we can do that now? Man, I have never, like, that campaign is revolutionary for how it awakened people to the problem that it was trying to fight against. It was so ham-handled. God, I hope people know what commercial I'm talking about, because otherwise it's just going to be me like, no, it existed and it was important. And everyone's just like, no, I don't remember this. That's kind of an interesting little, like, each of the balconies is like buckets. But also, your life is literally looking right into another, like, skyscraper, so I feel like this building would be good for like half the building. I don't know. I don't recall that. Oh, I'm gonna have to see if I can find that commercial now. That commercial, man, was everything because it was terrible. Recall pagers going to payphone. I didn't know pagers could go. I remember you could use a payphone to get pagers. I don't remember the last time I used a payphone. It might actually have been maybe in high school. I don't know. Making collect calls so your parents could pick you up, and then trying to squeeze your name into that 1 second, or it's like, you're getting a call from Mom, I'm at this place, please pick me up. Do you want to accept the charges? No, that's okay. The hacks we used to do before we could actually do like proper hacks with phones. And now your phone can just get hacked. That's progress? Yes. I've never actually gone under here. I'm curious to know where this goes. 1-800-CALL-COLLECT. Oh, well, this isn't creepy. For most of human history, most people were doing nothing. Hard to argue that. Remember, very much a law and order society feel, because all laws are good and must be obeyed. It making me older. Here's the thing, Mo. I'd rather be older than not. Although someday, no. Weird thought the last time you used a payphone, you had no idea it'd be the last time. Yeah. The one sentence I remember hearing the other day that's kind of haunted me forever. It's just like, there's one day that your parents put you down and then never picked you up again. I'm just like, oh, that's like the saddest thing I've ever heard. I mean, it's accurate, but the thing is that you don't realize, especially as a kid, like there's last times for things. The thing that got me the other day was I'm just like, you've probably listened to most of your favorite, or sorry, you've probably seen most of your favorite movies for the last time. Unless you are specifically Joel, in which case you will have seen it only 5 times this week. But eventually there's a last time you will listen to your favorite song. There's a last time you will watch your favorite movie. That was a cute little back place. Hi, Marcus. Good to see you, buddy. Collect call very pricey. Hello, Arterly. Good to see you too. What is Joel's favorite movie? What is Joel's favorite movie? Maybe Lord of the Rings? I would guess Lord of the Rings. Got me up in my feels right now. Oh, sorry. I'm just talking about mortality. It's nothing serious. Oh, I will say, Marcus, today is the day where I'm just like, you know what? If I hit 850 subscribers today, that means that I will be able to get myself 2 donuts. So, if you happen to know anyone who you think might like the channel and subscribe, today is the day. Only because I'm selfish. Making long distance call costs too much. Calling long distance. Now my plan includes calls to New Mexico and I don't know anyone there. One of the interesting things for me is I'm just like, my phone plan now includes a certain number of gigabytes or hours that I get. If you eat 10,000 slabs, you eat 50 donuts. I mean, those are the rules I set up for myself. But I'm pretty sure that won't happen. But then again, I have been surprised before. But I moved to Alberta and used MSN Messenger as an oldest phone, and it cost me $500 to use internet on that. What? Oh, goodness gracious, yeah. Oh, MSN Messenger. That's a throwback. I remember back in the days, there was the battle between MSN Messenger and ICQ. And I was very strongly in the MSN Messenger, and then like my forbidden queer circles, like where I would like reach out and have like my secret gay conversations, those were all on Yahoo Messenger because it was the worst one. But yeah. How will you reach your goal? I will take one step at a time and trust that if people like my work, they will support it. You remember MySpace? Do I remember MySpace? I absolutely remember MySpace. Tom is such a good friend, man. Tom is such a good friend. I miss being in school and asking people, what's your MSN? Mine was at the Big Shabam. And funny enough, I do still have that handle a few places. But yeah, will you still remember us when you're famous? Well, you're going to be the one who shows me around Netherlands, so you better still be here. By the way, this is the Emily, can't remember her name. Emily May Rose is it. There it is. She is someone else I'd like to reach out to and be like, my ICQ was 416265. Wow. The fact that you remember your ICQ, that's impressive. Also, love that it started with 416, good old Toronto number. Que pasa, people? Hello, Mark. Good to see you. Welcome to this cold, snowy day in Toronto. Secret gay conversation, spill the tea. Marcus, we have to talk in private for these conversations. Because they salacious. No, I think we all had our alternative. Well, maybe not everybody. Most queer people had like a regular account and like an account where I'm just like, I'm trying to figure things out. I don't know what I am yet. God, please don't make me gay. And then he did. Wow, I've actually never noticed that building before, but that is a cool ass building. Love the colors. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a protect trans colors, but Bill Graham Youth Center. Very cool. What is Que Pasa? What's happening? What's happening? I think is what it translates to. Please let me know if that's correct. I don't want to spread misinformation on that. Does the art on the front of the building have anything to do with the building's use? I think it's just a residential building. But her artwork is raccoons, and therefore I am obsessed with it. What's going on? Fair. Almost forgot your walk. Got caught up in nostalgia. Not Billy Graham, I presume. If it was Billy Graham, it would not be trans colors, let me tell you. Yeah, to be fair, I am so easy to get, like, man, I get off topic so fast, and so I think that's why most of you stick around. Is because you're just like, don't worry, in 5 minutes he's going to talk about something wildly different. Old school, but I mainly used FNet IRC. Ooh, I don't know what that one was. Interesting. Have I done the boop thing yet? I did. We have booped a... What did we boop today? We booped a dog. But we also got like a real live dog, and I got to boop the real live dog, which was fantastic. So I booped a corgi and then a statue of a golden retriever. But who knows? I can boop more things. It's a very boopable day. AOL Instant Messenger. Oh my God. Yeah, we didn't have it. I don't know if this is a thing for everywhere, but in North Bay, we didn't have AOL. So we didn't have AOL Instant Messenger. Did we? Did I have an AOL? I might have had an AOL, actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, like for some reason, Northern Ontario, everyone used MSN. I couldn't tell you why. Is booking a tour secret code for something? No. Well, technically, I started this channel as a way to... Well, let me just do this. Yeah. So technically, I started this channel as a way to promote my tour guiding. I love Toronto, and I think it's an interesting city that a lot of people should enjoy. So I essentially allow people to book my services to give them walking guided tours of the city and do all kinds of sightseeing for whatever they're interested in. I'll customize a tour for them. And I have my links in the description on VIATOR and TRIPADVISor, as well as Airbnb and Sue. So, yeah. But just for Marcus, I will see if I can find another boopable snoot. IRC Internet Relay Chat. This is before MSN, ICQ, AOL, or any other chat thing. Oh, interesting. Did your parents monitor your computer use? Absolutely not. My parents weren't there when we had internet. Like I went from like a helicopter parent situation where like I was always with my like my mom and dad were always around, to being total latchkey kid over the course of like a week. So up until grade 5, my mom was in the city still. She decided to go back to school in grade 6. At the same time, I started a new school at Fricker, which was a middle school back then. Now it doesn't exist anymore, but it was also the year I started French immersion. So I was in a new school, taking the bus, and like a lot of forced changes very quickly. The same year where like I gained a lot of weight and became the fat kid and was teased mercilessly and bullied. So I would literally like go to school on the bus and hate it, and then come home and have no one there and have nowhere I could go. So yeah, I should probably do some like soul searching about all that, because even just calling it back, I'm just like, wow, that's traumatizing. No wonder things sucked for a while. You may need to activate your coffee notifications. I said, oh, thank you, Sam. I appreciate that so much. I think the hours and subs thing is nonsense. You make content and get views for YouTube. It should all be auto-monetized. I agree. I hate to say I agree so hard, but I agree so hard. Like my watch hours, I have that in the bag at this point. Like I'm already at something like 12,000 watch hours. So my watch hours are really good because people come and they stick around and I try to entertain them and I do an okay job, I think. And yeah, the fact that I literally have to wait until my subscriber count hits over a certain bump, I'm just like, I'm so far qualified in the direction that should matter. Please just give it to me. How's it going, May? Oh, hi, Alexa. Just turning in. I've been busy job hunting. I missed your last couple streams. Hope you're doing well, and hello everyone in the chat. Aw, good to see you, darling. I can't wait till you're in the city so we can actually like hang out and walk around. And I can show you things. Yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah, I was online starting with BBS way before the internet was a thing. Parents encouraged it. See, here's the thing. If my family knew the sort of things I was looking at, about half of which I would be like, I don't know if my parents would have encouraged this. But yeah, I'm glad I did. It gave me a very strong sense of self from the very beginning, but also like very confusing because as a lot of you know, I grew up in a super religious household, and yeah. Going to native school very, very young growing up. Oh, wow. Were you in a residential school then? Or was that... I guess it was past that era, but I don't know, actually. Either way, it's great to have you here. You have super interesting stories, and your life sounds absolutely fascinating. And we appreciate you having you in the circle in the family. Yes, I was. Oh, wow. You could set Austin Powers as your coffee screen notification effects. I hadn't thought about that. Is that something you can do? Wow, that must have been crazy. I would be fascinated to know what your opinions of them were growing up in that system. Because I've heard from some people that, like my father insists that the indigenous communities that he's connected with are just like, hey, they gave us an education, and some of the people I'm just like, they murdered the kids. So I really don't know where that falls for me, and I don't know what's good or like. That is a topic I'm trying to be very cautious of and careful with, but at the same time, I have such a curiosity as to like what your perspective on that whole world is, as someone who was there and did the thing. Another well-cleared bike lane. Don't tell Doug Ford. Here's the thing. I think Doug Ford is slowly realizing that it's just like, oh no, if I don't do this, how will I get my things delivered? Because we all know Doug Ford isn't going out for lunch. He is ordering in every day because he can and he can afford it. My band was in school. Oh, cool. I would love to know what your band was. That Canadian girl get booted? Oh, I hope not. Alexa, are you still there? Are you still with us? Biking in the snow is another level of cold. It is pretty cold. Nightbot just times her out for 5 seconds. I'm I just like, is she okay? Are we all okay? Chatbot thing always pops up. Alexa, lamp on. Oh no, I probably just turned... I hope I turned someone's lamp on, because that would be funny. I'm forever the laughing stock of that name now. Hey, there's at least one other Alexa singer I know out there. And I can be like, Alexa, play Alexa. And it'll probably play Alexa. Grew up no family, age 6 years. Wow. Oh, that's... I mean, it's incredible you're here. But yeah, that's a hard way to start for sure. Alexa, set the alarm for No, Sam. Don't do that one. That one's just mean. But also really funny. Oh, this is beautiful. Still liking in this life. Well, I will say our interactions are limited through chats in a live stream, but for what it's worth, they have been lovely chats, and you seem like a wonderful human. So thank you for sticking around. Nearly got... You did. I would never say Alexa... No, it's just... It's a nice street. It is. It's really pretty, isn't it? I kind of just saw that and was just like, you know what? Let's go for it. All right. Your band is in the North Bay area. Is it Ojibwe? I remember when I grew up, one of my best friends was half Ojibwe, and I learned very little because I was super dumb. But so, serious question. How many subscribers am I at right now? because I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to push for another hour or not, because the numbers are good. But I am curious to know if it's worth putting in the extra time today. 8:35. Oh, I don't think I'll be able to hit 15 in an hour, but I can try. I can keep going. My legs aren't totally falling off yet. I don't have to pee so bad. You know what? I can hope for the extra donut. So let's do it. Let's push. Let's go for it. We got this, friends. We got this. We'll make it happen. And if we don't, we don't. But we did. We did what we could with what we had. That's half the battle. What is the TV show or the movie where they eat a donut with a fork and knife? Does anyone remember that? Don't hit 15, just shake their hand. I'll hit what I want to hit. Nah, I won't hit what I want to hit. It's actually getting kind of dark out. Keeping me company on this long ass drive I'm on. Well, I hope you're not driving with this that you're watching. Then I would be concerned. Oh, we're already up to Dundas. We can go over to Dundas Square. See how it's going over there. Didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it did. Yeah, I can keep walking. I'll keep going. Let's keep going. At the very least, another half hour. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing, homebound. I'm not homebound yet, but you know. It's important that anytime I go downtown, we pay our respects to Vanessa Carlton, who apparently is still making music. She popped up the other day with a new song, which is like, oh, okay. I'm glad people still call it Dundas Square. I'm inclined to agree. The more I kind of think about it, the more I'm just like, this serves no purpose except for one person's crooked agenda, which I don't like. Is it getting brighter before sunset? Maybe? I am noticing that things are like, what time is it now? 3:50. It's 4. Yeah. I don't know if the skies are clearing, but they're certainly looking nice. Hey, this is the building that my friend did the mural on. I shouldn't say friend. Like an ex. Something like an ex. But yeah, these are beautiful lofts. If you ever get a chance to check them out. Actually, my friend has his gallery in there. You could totally just call him up and be like, hey, I want to see your gallery. Show me your paintings. I am looking for something for a wall. He will be like, I have these. Canadian Bear Alert. I wasn't going to say anything, Marcus, but me and you, we clocked it. We clocked it. We for sure clocked that one. Oh, this is the mural that he did. I think it's lovely. It's getting brighter as the sun shines out some people's butts. Downtown, when you're alone and life is making... When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go downtown. Yeah, that's another good one. Downtown. Da 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 downtown. Yeah, that one. That's a good one. See, Marcus, me and you can speak a unique language that only the other understands and other people of our ilk. So, important things to learn. Our unique dialects. Dialects with capital D. I wish my English was better. Oh, your English is fine. You seem to catch most of the things I say. Notice how I didn't say pitch, but yeah. Oh, the tension between us is paramounting. Matti, you look like that singing cabbie in Short Circuit. I've never seen Short Circuit. Is that bad? I know it was filmed in Toronto, but I don't think I've ever seen it actually. So Santa Claus. Santa Claus was also filmed in Toronto, which I didn't realize until recently when I looked back and just like, that's the Toronto Zoo. Actually, no, that's not true. I actually clocked that as a kid. Oh. I'm not gonna lie right now. The numbers of people watching right now is too good for me to quit at this moment. I'm gonna keep going and see if I can do... See, if YouTube gives me a little nudge, I could potentially crack 100 people. Ugh. This is an exciting day, friends. I'm not gonna lie, I was actually kind of dreading coming out today because I'm just like, it's snowy and wet. And then as soon as I started, my feet got soaked. I'm just like, this is gonna be a short walk. And now I'm just like, let's walk until I have everything. I want 2 donuts, damn it. LFG. Whew. We're doing it, friends. We're doing it. Too legit. Too legit to quit. Who was that? Too Unlimited? Can't remember who did that song. Cute old buildings. Yeah, this is an interesting area because it's a lot of older spaces, a lot of older, like a lot of interesting structures. But what's so interesting about it is that this place here is also like very low income. So you end up with a very weird mishmash of people. And then it kind of just opens up around this corner and then you're at Dundas Square. So, like, come on. And then there's, of course, there's Fillmore's. MC Hammer. Oh, of course it was MC Hammer. Oh, I couldn't touch it. Dang it. What was the song Too Unlimited did then? I remember that was the first CD that Nathan ever had. My friend Nathan Smith. He would have like, he had Too Unlimited, we would listen to that album. And then I had Eiffel 65 and we would listen to that album. And like, oh my God, we just crossed 90 people for the first time. Well, this is good. This is turning into a fun day. So there's Dundas Square from over here, this angle. It stands out. Absolutely stands out. You're unbelievable. I thought that was OMC. Largest viewership. So far, I would say that this probably is going to be one of my... This is absolutely probably one of my all-time highest view counts right now, which is pretty great. See, begging people to like and subscribe actually gets things done sometimes. Y'all are here for a historic moment. The moment when I reintroduce my favorite joke in the whole world. It's not the Whitney building, but it's the other thing. I can feel everyone waiting with bated breath. See, I was supposed to go to the gym today, but now I'm just like, you know what? 2.5 hour, 3 hour walk. Let's go. Sorry, buddy. Downtown, things will be great when you're downtown. The snowy scene seems to be a draw on walk tubing streams. I think people enjoy seeing winter, especially like when you're in winter and you're outside in winter, it sucks. When you're in winter and you're inside, it's beautiful. And you can appreciate how lovely it is. I'm doing this for you, friends. I am doing this for you. Maddie, you skipped gym today. What's tomorrow's excuse? Tomorrow's excuse will be that I'm doing 2 walks. Oh, thanks, Sam. I will definitely check it out after, once I can actually go take a look. The other thing I'm supposed to do is actually I'm going to try to make a clip that has like my intro clip, like as to why I'm doing all of this. But let's see. Oh, we just passed 91. Yay. We're getting there, friends. Toronto is the perfect city to stream walk. After being in other places, I absolutely agree. Because Toronto has an interesting mix of everything all over the place. And it's really great. But it also has like an interesting mix of nature, an interesting mix of different things. For instance, to the right, you will notice that there is, we can actually spot Toronto's national bird. It's the crane. Can you sing I Want to Break Free? I mean, I can sing everything. I don't know if people want to hear me sing that, but I want to break free. I want to break free. Want to break free from the... Oh, I can't remember the rest of the song. But I love Queen. Queen's great. Everyone loves Queen. It's like saying, I like vanilla ice cream. Everyone likes vanilla ice cream. You don't like vanilla ice cream, I don't know what to tell you. You're a contrarian, which is fine. We need contrarians in life. But there's a part of me that's just like, you're just saying that because you don't want to fit in with everyone else. I usually prefer old cities with coherent architecture, but I kind of like Toronto's mix of everything. I could agree with that. Singing. Oh yes, I'm auditioning for Alexa so that she can like cast me in her next music video, which will just be us walking around the city and singing. Maddie Mercury, I'll take it. That is a huge compliment. But does everyone like vanilla ice? I mean, if they have a problem, they can get the DJ to throw it back and revolve it. Or you can just tell them, stop. You need to collaborate and listen. That would be so funny. I would love to just do an obnoxious stream where we both just walk around and just sing at the top of our lungs. That would be silly. That'd be fun. $92 people. It's amazing. This is really cool. If you're new here, thanks for coming. Feel free to like if you like the stream, that helps reflect it to more people. But if you want to help in a major way, if I hit 850 subscribers today, I get to have another donut. And I'm selfish, and I like donuts. So that is my personal motivation. Oh, you know what I just realized today? Is that I don't just have, I was thinking today, it's just like, oh, I only have like chicken nuggets at home, so I was only gonna have that. I could have ham. I got ham. Although, to be fair, ham has like a very specific connotation in my family, because when another story from like trauma middle school. This is great. Totally synchronistic. Literally the first week that my father was having to take care of me and my sister, he ended up getting a ham, and for pretty much lunch and dinner for a week was ham. And ever since then, me and my sister have been like, oh, guys, we passed 102. There's 102 people on here right now. That's amazing. Thank you for that. It was only a brief moment, but that's the first time that's ever happened. So thank you everyone for being here. Y'all were a part of a magical moment. Yay. Oh, that's so nice. Hello, Chowdhury. Good to see you today. We're just coming up to everyone's favorite place in the city, and by that I mean no one likes this place. Welcome to Dundas Square. The Sankofa Square name controversy is kind of, I don't know. It didn't need to happen. It didn't seem necessary, but no matter what you say, I think everyone can agree it's the wrong name for this place, at least in my opinion. Oh, street preachers. Who wants to hear what the street preacher remix is today? I'm gonna guess it's called You're Going to Hell Because I'm Better Than You. That's my thought. You had a Russian bot. I hid them from the chat. I saw them. I obviously can't do that, but I appreciate the fact that you flagged them up. Making come true donut time. Hey, if the 2 donut happens today, I will be so happy. I'll be so, that would kind of be everything, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what they're doing on the screens here, but I'm just like, that's actually kind of lovely. It has a nice 3D effect where it actually looks like it's, yes sir. It will, as someone who knows nothing about the name, what makes it the wrong name? We'll get to that in a minute. So I feel like I just want to do a quick go around. It will always be Dundas Square. How do you know it was Russian? Almost 100 viewers. Yeah, this is great. This has been a great day. Looks a bit like a sad square. Not a lot happens here, I will say. But like, yeah. Hey, all of you who are here for the 100, that's great. That's great. If that's the case, everything needs to be renamed. Learn from the past. I mean, to be fair, you're not wrong, Baby Reg. Absolutely a thing that could happen. Sam, the record man sign. Yes, that is another thing that is like, that's just kind of, that's aggravating. The fact that they would hide the Sam sign like that, that was a bit of a piss off for a lot of people. But yeah. This moment will go in history books. That was a nice little flash there. Thanks for being there, part of that. But yeah, the controversy behind Sankofa Square is that they claim that Dundas was a part of the slave trade because he voted against something, and have essentially decided to spend millions of dollars renaming the square to Sankofa, which is a name of gathering from an African country, all about a place of gathering for an African country. But like, the idea was that was the place where the slaves came from, so that's why we should rename the square that. And just like, that doesn't seem to like, if we're going to talk about problematic natures, maybe here it's good to start with the indigenous, communities that were harmed, and maybe do something in that realm. Like, maybe that would be more accurate to the location and to the history that supersedes the history. Like, it's just, it's essentially something that was forced through by one controversial city councilor who just played dirty politics and made it happen, and is now spending millions of dollars to rename everything. It doesn't make any sense. It's just not good. But yeah. Max just came in all white, not black. Max just came, okay. Sam the recommender, so much effort to save it, then they stuck it up so high it's like, where's Waldo exercise? it's frustrating because that's such an iconic piece of history here on the street. Like this strip right over here, this used to be Sam the Record Man, and that's where it hung, and it was so dominant and iconic, and then from up there it just looks like an afterthought. And the reason why is because they changed the design after they had got public permission and they had demolished everything. They then changed the design to this. I'm just like, that's not fair. Don't do that. That's just annoying, so don't do that. But anyways, we're gonna go through the thing. It's 100 again. Oh, it is 100 again. Oh, yay. Oh, that's a lot of music in a space. La 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 la. Don't copyright strike me again. La 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 la. La 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 la. There we go, we're fine. Can you access the Discord page? Can I come back? Elders, tell me else. There was something I saw a couple years ago. It was when we went on vacation to... Me and my ex, we went on vacation to Playa del Carmen, and they have a big stage show there as a part of Xcaret, which was like a... What's the word? Xcaret was like an amusement park / botanical garden / everything. Everything just kind of mixed into one. So, yeah. It was a beautiful situation, but they were kind of acknowledging like they have this beautiful history before the colonization, and then a complicated history with colonization. But the way they approached it in the show is just like, we can't say that this didn't happen. We're not going to say this is better or worse, but it's different. It's what happened, and that's the facts. That's history. I'm just like, yeah, that makes more sense. Toronto should have kept the name York after Duke of York. Stop naming city squares. I mean, I actually kind of agree with that. Unless there's like a really problematic city square, like I don't think there should be an Adolf Square somewhere. I don't think that would go well. But you know, Dundas ultimately, I hear, was an abolitionist, so the argument of renaming that square doesn't make sense. I just think you're essentially punishing a historical figure for an action that they maybe did before they, like, you're essentially limiting them to one specific thing they did. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense to me. But that's fine. I'm Mohawk. I love being I think it's wonderful. I think everyone should be proud of their heritage, and like Indigenous especially, because resilience needs to be respected and cultured, and it's absolutely something that needs to be acknowledged and recognized, and like it's not an easy trait to have. That is one thing I kind of learned recently, is that just like I have been called many things. I have been called creative, I have been called silly, I have been called many uncomplimentary things, but the one word that kind of has stuck with me, and I think it's the year of, like, I think it's my word of the year so far, is resilient. Because I am resilient. I will keep doing things until I find a way to make things better for me and my family and my partner and my friends and my channel and my community. So, yeah, resilient. This is the year of resilient. Mark it, stick it in a tray. I don't know what we do with things anymore, but I hope the next mayor changes the name back to Dundas Square. Or, like, if you are going to change the name, do it to a name that has some connection to Toronto, right? Like, I think it should just be Dundas Square. The street's still being named Dundas. It doesn't make sense. This is like one person's vendetta against someone who's been dead for, like, hundreds of years. That's how it comes across. It's a temper tantrum. Oh, my God. To everyone who's still watching, it's super touching to see over 100 people on the thing. Do I dare ask what the number is at? The subscriber number? I love sing our songs. Thanks so much. I do powwow each year at Silver Lake on Highway 7. I actually, when I did North Bay's Fringe Festival 2 years ago, I was invited to take part in like a powwow. It's the first time I'd ever been, and it was a wonderful, beautiful experience. I have to say it was probably one of my most enjoyable and most, yeah, it was a really, really beautiful thing to be able to do. So, 838. Ooh, 12. Do I hold off? I can hold off. I can hold off and go a little more. 11? 11. Ooh, I can't cheat 11. I would need to be like... We can get 11. I can keep walking. My legs aren't dead yet. I do have to pee. But like... I can keep walking for a bit longer. Not all Russians are bad, just like everywhere, good mixed with bad. Here's my thing. I always tell people, a person is wonderful. Every person is great. People are terrible. People are the worst. You get more than one of us together in the same place, we're all idiots. I like my proof that I came up for that. Where I'm just like, we're all super beautiful, intelligent creatures, but we're all stupid. Because if someone farts, we all still laugh. Or you're dead inside, in which case you're stupid in a different way. You're definitely getting 11 manifest. Well, they did bring up the idea of changing the Dundas to St. Kafka as well. Well, here's the thing. I would rather have this, if we were to name the square after anyone or anything, I would love to see them name it after like Gord Downie. I heard that and I was just like, that should be the name of the square. Grab a few donuts, pretend they are all that. I may be stupid, but I'm also dumb. How dare you? I can be many things. It's like that one Alaska Reed from Drag Race where she's just like, Adore Delano. Some people might say that you don't have good makeup skills, or that you have terrible fashion sense, or that you're really dumb, but that's not true. You don't have terrible makeup skills. All right, the plan is to St. George, up to Carlton, and then back. Then hopefully by then, if I've hit 11, by the time I do that, then I will be able to get the 2 donuts. And if I haven't, that's okay. I will grieve it quietly. I'm walking Red Road every minute, every day. What is Red Road exactly? Where would you get the donut from? The donuts I have been getting are from Loblaws, because as much as I hate Loblaws, and trust me, I do hate me some Loblaws, their donuts are spongy and delicious. Name it Laura Secord Square, given our situation with the country south of us these days. That's actually not the worst idea. But there is the Laura Secord house in Niagara. And just like, I feel like Niagara is more the place where Laura Secord happened. So I'm just like, let's let them have her there. I mean, we could just name it the Johnny Walker Square. No, not Johnny Walker. The Johnny Stride Square. Johnny Walker is my friend who does theater shows. And also the name of a drink company, I should probably say. So, you know what, I'd go with the Johnny Walker Square. But it would probably end up being the Stride Square. Johnny. Trying to do right every day. What's Why don't you do right like some other men do? $8.39. Oh yeah, I know. We did it. We got close. We got super close. And you know what? That's good. That's good enough. I'm proud of what we did. I got a really good walk in today. God, my mood is so much better now. Who knew that walking for like a couple hours every day, when it's something you love, in a city you enjoy, talking to people who you like come to care about and enjoy a great deal. Crazy how that actually that makes a difference. You have a decent singing voice. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Never click on links from Twitch ending in RU. It's a Russian cryptocurrency link. Oh, I have no currency to give them, so they would be wasting their time. Healing Red Road. Okay, cool. What's the situation with the country south of us? They give so much to the world. America has a lot to offer. America's beautiful. I was really, really impressed with going to Washington, D.C. because it was beautiful, and like the city itself is wonderful. The issue a lot of Canadians have with America right now pretty much stems from Trump. We don't like bullies, and a lot of us see him as that sort of figure. But I love my American friends. I miss my American friends. I don't get to see them as often, but yeah. Because walking Mother Earth, it really is. There is something very strong and beautiful about just being able to have a connection with your city, a connection with yourself. Every time an ambulance goes by quietly, I'm always just like, please don't yell at me. Please don't yell at me. I loved your Washington, D.C. video. Thank you so much. I wish I had got to do a little more, but I got way too schmammered that first night, and that took out the next day. But I will do more eventually. It was a really great experience. I'm really happy I went. I had a lot of fun. Yeah, it was good. Had an incredible time in New York City in the fall of 2024. I wanted to go back so badly, but haven't since. I get what you're saying, my friend. Also, I'm Canadian from Thunder Bay. Oh, no. I'm from North Bay, the better of the bays. But that's fine. That's fine. It's not a contest, of course. My joke is always just like, nothing good comes from Thunder Bay. And my friend's joke is just like, nothing good comes from Thunder Bay. We're the ones that killed Terry Fox. I'm just like, oh, no. I hate that that's funny. Links could contain keylogging viruses. They can see what you type as you type it out. Noted. That's good to know. I had a friend from Thunder Bay, but they ended up being a bit... Towards the end of the friendship, I will say they kind of proved themselves to be someone who was less than nice. So... Why don't you do right like some other men do? Why don't you do right? A lot of Canadians love Donald. I mean, here's the thing. A lot of people from all over love him, but I don't think he makes a good politician. And the reason I say that is because his actions don't line up with his promises. And as such, he gets by a lot on his personality. And his personality is it is one that's kind of full of... He results to a lot of bullying tactics. And if you don't, he has a tendency to think that he can bully other people to get what he wants, mainly just because he comes from money. And I don't know. My whole thought is if you're a politician, you should be invisible. I want to know what your policies are. I want to know what you're doing to make things better for other people. And I don't think that you should be putting your name where it doesn't belong. So it's only a small loud group that likes Donald. I would agree with that. Happy New Year's from sunny Orlando. Oh, Christian, we were just talking about beautiful, beautiful Orlando. If you are going to see any shows from Winter Mini Fringe, I will highly suggest go see Claire Muller and go see Claire in Cracks. And if you see her, give her a big hug and tell her I miss her so much. I haven't seen her since Cincy Fringe last year, and it was 2 years ago. Ugh. And the other show that I would recommend going to see is Diane Jorge. If you're going to see her, give her a hug from me too, because God, I love that woman. She is so funny. So yeah, that's my plea from you, from Toronto to Orlando. I'm not gonna lie. I reached out to Tempest and Jordan to see if I can get if I come down, can I do reviews for you? Can I just be a part of this like mini fringe in some way, shape, or form? And I never heard back from either one, unfortunately. But yeah. I wish I had. I was planning a trip to go. Okay, full transparency. I was trying to plan a trip where I could go to Orlando to see Brian the last day as Grandpa Who at Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure, and to go see Winter Mini Fringe and give them reviews, and then like interview other artists from around the country about Fringe and like how it's changed our lives and why it's important to us and that's what I want. I really wanted to do that. That was what I was trying to do, and unfortunately I just couldn't get any answers or anything solid, so it didn't happen. But anyways, also hello Christian, it's good to see you. The reason why I would recommend Claire's show Cracks is because she's never been to Orlando before, and she deserves like as much of a house as she can get. I saw the show when it was like a baby show in Cincy Fringe. It was part of like the development, and I heard that she's been working on it very hard for 2 years now, and I think it would be great. Hello from Calgary. I'm a senior shut-in with mobility issues. You're providing me with a wonderful company. Thank you for coming and joining us. I hope you can come. I do this every day for at least 2 hours, and I love talking to people and sharing my favorite parts of the city. So wonderful to have you. Thank you for being here. And yeah, it's a delight to have you. Too much snow in Belleville today. I believe that. I think that I can absolutely understand it being snowed in a lot. But welcome, Kevin. Good to see you. Okay, guys. So for those who haven't been here before, this is my favorite building in the city. Not because it's special in any way, shape, or form, but because this is the Whitney building. It is the one that kind of looks like it's a building from, Batman the Animated Series many years ago. Yes, I go over about this many, many times, but it's a lovely building. It's a cool structure, and the entire top tower there, all of that is pretty much empty because it's not built up to code. And because it's not built up to code, they can't do anything with it. So the entire thing is just structurally unsound and you can't go up it, which just makes me want to so badly. But over time, I have kind of grown to love and appreciate this building because of what it represents. Because sometimes you can be beautiful on the outside and hollow on the inside. And I think that's a lesson that I take to heart. Nothing going on inside or upstairs, but at least it's pretty. It's like a Kardashian of buildings. You don't know about that. Huh. It's a government building, and what is the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? The top like 9 to 10 stories of that building, completely empty. Can't do anything with it. I just think that's silly and fun. All right. For those who don't know, this is also the legislature building. Also another very pretty structure. One thing I kind of like about the Whitney building is that it's this beautiful, intricate, like Art Deco style building surrounded by brutalist boringism, which, you know, is very typical Toronto. But even the brutalist buildings are actually quite nice in this area. Not gonna lie, this is probably one of my favorite parts of the city. For no good reason either. It's just kind of, I don't know, I like its vibe. It's a good mishmash of disasters. Maybe that's why I relate to it so hard. Xerox 109, your videos are fantastic. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. 840. Oh no, that means I only have 10 left. Oh no, we're so close. I don't think it's gonna happen. But that's okay. That's okay. I did what I could. For those who don't know, I have made the challenge where every 50 subscribers I get to treat myself to a donut for my hard work and good walking. And I'm about 10 subscribers short from being able to get that donut. I don't think I'm going to hit it today, but I will end it outside the Loblaws because I still owe my donut. I still owe myself a donut for the last time. But if I could have 2 donuts, that would be awesome. But I won't rely on that. It's so stupid when you say it out loud and then you're just like, no, I'm doing this for a treat. I am doing this for a donut. I've done worse for a donut, let's be fair. Have I done worse to a donut? No. What is the... Corn! Corn! Oh, there you go. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. The little jiggle there was I had to plug my cord into the gimbal. So now I'll be able to walk a little bit more free for a while, but yeah. The bot will nab you for emoji spam. Watch. That is true. Our Nightbot is very, very aggressive. Hunter's not here though to distract it. Wait, is Hunter here? I don't think Hunter's here. Nightbot doesn't want to know what to do without his lover gone. You made your coal in my mind. I appreciate that, Mo. Here's the thing, again, I am super proud and super appreciative and super grateful that this is all happening. And it's just hoping and praying that I can make it work, because it's kind of what I got right now. You're jiggling Magello. That is the stupidest phrase I've ever heard, and I love it. I do like to share. You know, I don't have to go, I can go up 1 block and then come back down and then do my thought. Once upon a time, many years ago, my father had just gotten a job at, I believe, the bank. I believe this was his bank job, where he was a lawyer for them. And he was walking home from work when he ran into a lady who he knew. And this lady was named Jackie. And Jackie was the mother of Rosalind. And so when he saw Jackie there, he was just like, hello, how are you doing? And they started talking. And at some point he asked, how's Roz doing? Is she still around? Well, I guess she was married back then. But how's Roz doing? Was she still around? And the answer was yes. And then she encouraged him to reach out to her. And then my dad did reach out to her. And then that's how my parents met. And that all happened at this corner, right up here. So that's the building where apparently my grandmother was, no, it's the next one. The next one after that. Dang it! Okay, pretend I didn't say anything. And then act super surprised in 5 minutes when I do my next story. What is my favorite donut? My favorite donut is... I'm going to be super boring. It's probably a vanilla dip with sprinkles. Because it's flashy and colorful and tasty and I like it. I don't have to justify myself. I like things that are bright and colorful and sparkly and have good crunch and good... Oh, the thing about sprinkle donuts, you have like the fluffiness of the donut, but also like the crinkliness of the crunchy bits. And that's the greatest combination in my opinion. And good flavors. Yeah. I forget how my parents met. Well, hate to say it, you probably weren't there for their meeting. At least not their first part of the meeting. Unless they met in a very specific way at a very specific time. I like Boston creams. Oh yeah, Boston creams are the best. Well, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Not my favorite, but absolutely worth like honorable mention territory. My parents met at a bus stop in New Jersey. Oh, there it is. So it's not that building. It's not the gray building. It's the red bricky brownstone the red bricky building beside it. That was the one that my grandmother used to live in. Allegedly, apparently. I don't know for sure. Bear claws. Oh, bear claws are so good. Chocolate thumbs? I don't know what a chocolate thumb is. Well, I know what no one take that out of context. No one take that out of context. But yeah, bear claws are great. If you ever get to Canada, we have like a whole company that sells beaver tails, and they are exceptionally good. Hoping I'll have a How I Met My Wife story one day. You know what? I trust you will. And I think it'll be a wonderful story. Because you know why? I will tell it. And I am an excellent storyteller. That was dirty. I was trying to make it not dirty, and then it just got more dirty the more I thought about it. So I'm just gonna pretend it didn't happen. I have a How I Met My Ex story, but that one's less exciting. We met online. We agreed to go on a date. And then that date lasted for like a day. And that was it. The end. Actually, that's kind of how, well, me and Hunter have an interesting How We Met story. Because literally, I was putting a call out for the Glitter Bomb book, funny enough. And I was just like, I would like to find people to paint. And he was someone who was just like, you can paint me. And then he came over and we painted. And then, yeah, that's how we met. Oh, hush you. This makes me not miss Toronto during the grey days. I can understand that. To be fair, it actually is quite nice today. I've been walking for almost 3 hours now, and it's been quite calm, quite nice. Right now, it's also just that it's getting dark, so that's not helping matters. Oh, someone else said something. I am curious to know where you go. Oh, in Calgary. You're in Calgary. Oh, no way. I was just there this summer. We've had gray days recently. It's depressing. Oh, well, then that's not going to help. Apparently, you guys had also a very, very wet summer. Because when I went out there, everyone was just talking about how much Calgary was raining and how that wasn't the norm. I was just like, oh, well, I have nothing to compare it to, so I have no idea. The police heard all your donut talk. No, they'll beat me to it. Oh, no. For those who don't know, if I hit 850 subscribers by the time I hit the end of the video, I will be able to treat myself to another donut. So that is the hope. So if you can help a man out, I would appreciate it. Wet after Stampede. Oh, yeah. I wasn't there for the Stampede. Is the Stampede earlier or later in the summer? Because I would have been there in the beginning of August. And, if, this is a big if, but if I can make it happen, I could potentially be a part of a Calgary Fringe Festival again this year, which would be great. 8:41. Oh, I'm only 9 away now. Oh God, this is just cruel. I'm gonna get so close. But you know what? If I get so close, I'll be able to say I almost did it. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Alphaba, think of what we can do together. What would the male version of Alphaba be called? Milphaba? Milphaba sounds wrong. I got a fuel up. Be right back. If you're gone, take care. You too, buddy. Good to see you today. Thanks for stopping by. All right. This is it. The final stretch, the home stretch. This is what will determine the donut. Grab a custard donut. You know what? After all of this, watch. I will be like, I got my donuts, and then I'll get, even if I hit 750, or even if I hit 850 today, if I get there, there is a chance that they'll have already packed up the donuts. And if they have, I will burn that entire store to the ground. I don't care if it's a legacy building, I will do it. I don't have to go to Tim Hortons, and no one likes Tim Hortons donuts. Tim Hortons doesn't even like Tim Hortons donuts. They're the worst. I mean, they're okay. Actually, no. Tim Hortons donuts are pretty awful. They taste like... Am I the only one who thinks they taste like wax now? Because they absolutely taste like wax now. Aw, thanks, Sam. Good to see you, my friend. All right. Tim Hortons is rolling in his grave. He really is, isn't he? Gotta feel bad for that guy. Imagine, like, creating this awesome brand as your legacy, and then just watching generation after generation screw it up. It's not good. It's not nice. It's not good. It's not there. It's just nice. If anyone gets that reference, I will be shocked. Also, I think I asked my friend if she wants to come by for dinner today, and I don't know if I said yes or no. I'm gonna need to go home and figure things out really quickly. But that's okay. That's okay. That's what we do here. We have our life together, theoretically. I can say that with a straight face. Oh. Friends, today has been most excellent. What a day. I was a little hesitant for the stream today, because I was just like, I'm not feeling my most self. And now I'm just like, I'm really glad I did today, because what a treat. My feet are still wet, but that's fine. That's fine. That's why I go home and I take my shoes and socks off. And then for this week, tomorrow we have Randy, so that's going to be a fun day. And then on Thursday I have Sid, and I'm probably going to do one before that as well. But FYI, the Young College Shoppers Drug Mart is no longer 24 hours. Really? That seems peculiar. I wonder why they stopped doing that. Oh, 843. No. We got so close. Oh. Dang it. But you know what? We got so close. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Huh, it still says open 24 hours. So now it's just false advertising. Oh, how dare they. You're lovely. Thanks, Chris. You should hear what I say about you. Actually, you do, because you're in the chat right now. I just think you're great. You are super supportive. You have seen all of my shows. And I think that you are a super neat guy. Although, I will say, I have got no invites from any of the BYOVs in Orlando. So I'm just like, I guess for the first year in like 4 years or 3 years, I'm not going to be doing Orlando Fringe. It's disappointing. I was really excited for my show there, but unfortunately, I need to actually like break it down and get that show ready to go somehow soon. But yeah, we'll get there. Maybe I'll do like a read through on the stream sometime. Oh. Well, folks, I can say I don't know exactly how I did because I'm not going to check the wording until after. But thank you for being here for this stream. A little bit quirky, a little bit fun, silly for sure. That's how I like it. But yeah, I had a good time. I think I needed this today. I think I needed a day of just being like, you know, it's great, just walking and enjoying yourself and enjoying your city and seeing cool new things. So yeah, I didn't get the 2 donuts, but I still have the 1 donut. So I can still look forward to that. And for those who are joining me for the first time, thank you. It's been great, and I hope that you're enjoying yourselves as much as I am. And you've been great. This has been a lot of fun today. Thank you for being a part, and I hope that I can see everyone back again very, very soon.